Hello, everyone, and welcome to Angels in Action this July 31st, 2024. Welcome, 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 whether you are on the live or the rebroadcast. This is a makeup, so I'm not sure if Susie will be joining us or not. It's later for her over there in the UK, but I wanted to make sure we got with you this week. During this hour, whether you are joining us live or on the rebroadcast, we connect you with spirit. So we can talk about anything on here that is metaphysical, spiritual, or even paranormal. Some people have questions. They come on, they're dealing with energies, they have questions. We can talk about dreams. We do readings on here. We do psychic and mediumship readings. We answer questions about angels and spirit guides in your spirit team. Hi, Tammy. How are you? I'm great. Thank you. So, this is a whole broad spectrum of things that we work with here, and we work to authentically help you connect to to not only non-physical and your spirit team, which means your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones, teachers, and other beings that come together collectively to support your incarnation and your evolution, right? Why you've chosen to be here. But we also, answer questions and help you connect with your intuition and I do call it your higher self, because it's your higher consciousness. It's that consciousness that is eternal, that is the observer behind your thoughts, that is, part of your spirit team, right? So we do all of that here during this time. And normally we meet at noon on Mondays, which is 5 p.m. British Standard Time. But with our schedules being a little bit wonky lately, and I'm coming up with 2 digital programs. Susie has all sorts of wonderful things she's creating, so our schedules have been a little different. But while we are waiting for some people to log on, I want to invite you, as always, and a reminder to make a habit of creating space for this type of work. I consider this a sacred hour when I get on and do readings or teachings and connecting to the other side, doing spiritual or metaphysical work. I consider that very sacred work. And that is really because we're bringing the collective energies of worlds together. We're linking worlds. We're connecting with your intuition, with your higher self, with your spirit team, and with source, right? In a conscious way. We're always connected to source, but we're doing it in a conscious way. So for that, I personally, if I'm home, I usually have several drinks. I made some hibiscus peppermint tea. I made it way too strong, so I don't even have it up here. I tried to water it down. It didn't work. But I always light a candle, and I also light some incense. Tammy, you've heard this before. Hello, Anita. Welcome. But one of the reasons, there's a couple reasons. One, it alters your senses. So instead of just being in your head, you're focused on the fire of the candle or the smoke or the scent of the incense. And it helps you get out of your head. It helps create an environment where you're wanting to really alter your perspective, and you're focusing on something else. And when our senses are affected, our nervous system is affected, it can shift our reality and awareness, right? The other aspect of that is just simply that is energy, right? So when you have a candle, you have the energy of the fire, and there's an intention behind it, especially. It helps you to thin that egoic veil between worlds, right? It helps to transcend those worlds, and so does the incense. So if you guys have, you might have crystals or something as well, you can do that. These things have the power that we believe them to have, but they're also, everything is energy, right? So creating this ambiance, I believe, is very important. It's not vital. Yesterday I did readings from the barn. I didn't have any of these things except my drinks, but it definitely helps us, especially if you all are coming, especially if you guys are having trouble leaving things at the door, if you are, you have things that you want to leave at the door. Anita, I do not sense anything by that name right now, but I have countless energies in the vicinity that I can sense around all of you. So perhaps that is one of them. If you have more questions about that, please let me know. If you're wanting or needing to do a reading for that. But I do not sense that right now, no. So anyway, what we're going to do today is we're going to take, whether it's questions about your angels and spirit guides, or wisdom that comes through from spirit, or non-physical questions, metaphysical questions, whatever it is you guys have like that you want to talk about today, we're going to talk about. But I do want to share a little message from spirit that Susie and I are it's one of the core reasons why we started doing this live. Over 14 years ago, I started coaching. I'm a mindset coach, a manifesting and transformational coach, and a spiritual coach. And one of the things that was my core reason for doing that was authenticity. Okay. So Anita, we'll get to you in a moment. You're gonna need to be way more specific. I don't know what is going on with you or really what your question is, but I'm gonna need you to formulate a much more specific question, okay? But I'm gonna finish this message from Spirit first and just share with all of you the importance and significance. Hi, Dolores, welcome. The significance of authenticity, okay? And I'm going to be having I am a transformational manifestation coach. So if you guys need coaching, you can always have a discovery call with me and I can go over that with you. But the core coaching and the metaphysical programs that I am creating and that I have are all based on authenticity. And one of the reasons Susie and I started this live and the work that we do was because there's a lot of misguided work out there that is mind and egoic based. It's coming from people's minds, but it's not necessarily coming from their authentic core or an awareness or actual knowledge of things. A lot of it is carbon copy material. Even some of the ways I used to coach manifesting, that was influenced by how people are. Hi, Suzanne Anderson from Scotland. Yay, I love when you guys share where you're from. But there's a lot of misguided information out there. And so one of the reasons Susie and I encourage all of you to be in touch with your intuition, to become aware of these metaphysical practices. Hi, Anne, welcome. Is because it's going to help you to distinguish between what is authentically being taught and shared out there and what is not. And that's very important, that you not only question everything you hear and see, including what I'm saying now, question your own thoughts. But, I see so many times people, they'll come and they'll get into a group, or they'll get into a practice, or they'll get into a program. And then, 1 or 2 weeks in, they're like, oh, never mind. It's astrology I want to do. Oh, never mind. It's Reiki I want to do. And I see this happening in so many different arenas. And what I want you guys to understand is that, and this is one of the things, my metaphysical sampler program that I'm releasing in September, I'm going to be selling it early for you guys. Actually, I'm going to start selling it on the 1st tomorrow. But one of the things that you guys need to understand is you have to be able to distinguish your thoughts from your intuition. You have got to be able to distinguish between what is influencing and brainwashing you and what is coming from your intuition, because your intuition is what is connected to your spirit team, to source, to the higher self version of you that is temporarily in this world. And so when we're tuning into our spirit guides, when we're able to have true meditation, which most people are not truly meditating, they think they are, when we're having time to journal, when we're spending time in nature, all of these things reinforce your intuition. And what Susie and I want is for you guys to be able to come to us for validation or maybe more intricate readings, that type of thing. But we want you to at least be able to trust your intuition and know the difference. Because one of the most common questions I get is, how do I know? And this comes from a lot of my coaching clients, my mindset coaching clients who, it takes them a good 2 to 3 years to actually make a transformation, guys. So again, if you can listen to your intuition and distinguish, and you can look out there and see what is being sold to you, what is being taught and shared with you, and then you can make your own discernment and you can feel that intuitively, that's priceless. It's priceless. Because even the way I used to teach manifesting, in what I have learned over 15 years of coaching, is it really is a process. And so the same comes with these readings. My personal goal is to evolve readings. It's not just about showing up and asking me the right question. Thank you, Anita. We'll get to your question. That's great. The right question is, okay, this is the outcome I am intuitively drawn to, or I believe should be happening. What are the next steps I can do for this? Or what is my role in avoiding this in this situation? Or how can I get out of this pattern of suffering? These are powerful questions. Those are questions that your spirit team can help you with. But what's going to happen isn't a powerful question. How is this outcome going to be? Which choice should I make? Isn't actually a powerful question, because maybe the best choice for you to make is the one that's going to be what you consider to be a mistake. Because maybe that's going to empower you and build confidence for something bigger that you're going to have to do on your own. Okay, so these are all things to consider, and I want to share that from Spirit as we get started. Please look at this hour as not just your normal, typical psychic reading stuff. Please look at this hour as a sacred time to empower yourself, to learn how to walk away from here more connected to yourself, more connected to your spirit team, having more confidence and trust in you and your ability to hear what Spirit is sharing with you. Okay, because it's not about getting what you want or getting away from what you don't want. It's not about having luxury and abundance and avoiding things you don't like. If you're living life with that mentality, you are not going to be happy. You're not going to be wealthy. You're not going to be abundant, and you're not going to be happy and fulfilled. The questions have to be right. Okay. And this is what my Awakening Your Intuition program is going to be about. And it's just going to be 3 months, and going to be detailed stuff and tap into of learning to be your intuition. Because that's the most important. Okay. All right. So Anita, we're going to get to your question. I'm going to get to Tammy's comment. But I'm really passionate about this, guys, because I'm not just here to give people the answers they want. We're here, Susie and I are here to make an empowering difference for you, to hand the power to you that you already have, that you might not realize you have. Okay, so not just so your lives can be better. That's everybody's goal. Oh, I want my life to be better. I want to be free. I want to be wealthy. I want to be in love. But that's not really what it's about. That's not really what your higher self wants. Your higher self is already all those things. It's coming to wake up to those things and then be the best and newer version of you here in this world. Everything you think you want, the feeling associated with it is actually you being in alignment, is actually you awakening, is actually you standing in your power. It's not really the car. It's not the romance. It's not the money. It's not the lifestyle. You think that's what it is because that's how your ego interprets it. But you can't really get that by going after the egoic version, which is what manifesting coaches teach you. And I've been one for 15 years. Authentic manifesting is totally different. it builds the alignment from the inside out. And that's what brings bliss and joy and abundance and understanding. Okay. So that's, just a scratching the surface of that is what Susie and I want to give you here in this hour. Okay. In this broadcast together. I'm going to read Tammy's comment, and then Nita, we'll get to your question. You're very persistent about something. Let's see here. It really is a process. I feel like I'm retraining my thoughts and everything I've been told. Very hard to take tiny steps to believing myself. Yeah, well, so if you believe, hi, Lacey, if you believe that it's hard, then it's hard. That in and of itself is a subconscious mindset that you have, that we share with each other. But is it really hard? I think, Tammy, I've said this to you many times, but again, I don't want to work with people that aren't irresistibly wanting to do this process. Or, if you find me a good match, I think you would be awesome for this Awakening Your Intuition program. And the reason is, guys, is because after 15 years of coaching, the biggest difference I see between people that make the transformations they want and people that don't is the ones that get the outside support and they find a community where they're not sucked into the rest of the world, where they have people that understand them, like their fellow clients or their coach, and they have a place to bring things back to ask questions, to share the things they feel vulnerable about or stupid about or think are silly questions, a place to fall back on. It's very hard in this world if you don't have that. And, this is why people have, they have churches, they have groups, they have, whatever they have going on. But it's very difficult to find very conscious communities that are doing that in a general and acceptance way. I actually cherry pick my clients. I don't let everyone come into my programs. And this is exactly why. Everyone has to be dedicated enough to themselves and their journey that they're going to follow through. And most people don't follow through. It's much more comfortable to just sit there and do it on your own at a comfortable level where you stay within your comfort zone. And then you pop on a live and you get a free answer and you think you got it made. But the truth is that the real journey it's hard, personal, individual work, and it takes intense consistency. So it just depends on what level you guys are looking for. Let's see. I tell myself every day to believe in myself. Good. And you got to do that through difficult challenges, right? We do that. That's why I love coaching, because we take people's difficult times and we use those and we learn what are the messages and the signs here, what are the signals, right? And then how do we apply that to life? How do we create the transformation? And it does seem hard, Tammy, you're right. But we have to look at, is it hard because we believe it's hard, right? Because the things that are actually the most powerful are the simplest and the easiest. Hi from Maine, Kristen. All right. I'm going to try to understand what Anita's been trying to share with me. I'm not sure what all her questions have been. Ready for validation that the USA is over and how the world is going to sound after. Well, Anita, I'm not going to say that the USA is over. And I'm not sure really what that has to do with the beings that you mentioned before. I don't believe that at all, Anita. I do have my own personal beliefs, of course, and political beliefs, and the things we're allowing to happen. Definitely, our democracy is completely at risk right now. Absolutely. And I'm not going to make this a political conversation. I have my own opinions, but it should not be about choosing parties. It should be about, we should all be able to tap into our intuition and sense what the higher conscious choices are. It shouldn't be about following people's or parties. And what's happening in the world, Anita, right now, not just the USA, what's happening in the world is it's part of the collective. Okay. It's part of our collective human evolution. We have done all this to ourselves. Do I believe the USA is okay? No, I don't. I believe the USA is in absolute tremendous danger right now. I absolutely do. And we're going to find out what the collective, okay, but we don't need to, yeah, but we don't need to be talking this way, right? And we will pay. Okay. So let's look at this in a more positive perspective. Okay. Especially women. Yeah, I agree with you. I know what you're saying on an egoic level. But let's look at this in a different perspective, okay? As well. Everything is cyclical, okay? And this is a metaphysical broadcast. This isn't a political broadcast. So let's look at this from a more conscious perspective, okay? Throughout history, humanity, individually, we have individual and collective egos, right? And individually and collectively, we have made detrimental mistakes. And when I mean detrimental, I mean it causes a lot of struggle and suffering. It takes a lot of energy. It hurts a lot of not just humans, but beings. It's not just the USA that is in danger. It's the whole planet. Okay? Yeah, I don't know why you're saying Kali and Yuga. I don't even know who that is. Okay. So that's fine. But and I appreciate you explaining, but to put a more optimistic spin on this, let me share with you the optimistic side. Okay. Hi, Cindy. The more optimistic side of this, okay, is that this is how humans are. This is a representation of the human ego. And the entire reason why I do the work I do, why, Eckhart Tolle writes The Power of Now and is guiding and leading people to be aware of the observer behind their thoughts instead of their egoic mind. The entire reason is for what you are concerned about here, Anita. It's that, our whole physical world depends on it. It's not just humanity. It's also, there's so many plants and trees and animals suffering. The whole planet is alive. It's not just the USA. It's, what we do hurts everyone, but it's also true in our everyday life. What you do, how you speak, your attitude affects everyone that you're going to be in contact with. And it has a ripple effect, right? So the issues that we're seeing in the country and in the world are representative of the issues that we have individually as egoic beings. And you can see throughout history, throughout recorded history, this has been happening. People are brainwashed. They believe things that end up, instead of following their own conscious intuition and morals, they end up being brainwashed. That's a weakness of humanity. Okay. But it is a weakness only because that is how our minds, our brains are set up for physical survival. Evolution means as we evolve out of just everyday survival, hunter-gatherer type of lifestyle, and we're in a society, and this happens so quickly, we're in, society that can endanger itself. And we've done this for thousands of years, over and over. Look at all the societies and cultures that have fallen. Okay. So if we can get it together and we collectively make more conscious choices, especially like you mentioned, women, right? I hope we're stopping it, but what we're doing right now, Anita, is we're going. It's not a testing period. It's not like God is testing us. God doesn't test us. We're testing ourselves. We're at a tipping point right now. How conscious are we? And what happens with our country is going to be a big determinant in telling us that. Where are we consciously? The less conscious you are, the more easily brainwashed you are. Are you thinking for yourself and making moral choices that just hit you in the gut? Or are you caught up in your political beliefs and following particular people instead of making a good moral choice? Okay, these are the choices we have to make repetitively. And it's not just about what's happening right now in our country or our election or any of that. It goes way deeper than that. Okay, there are certain groups of people that run the world. and they have the money to do it. And they put the money behind it. And that money goes into brainwashing. And you might not even know that. Yeah, spirit doesn't test us, Anita. Spirit does not test us. We are not tested. God does not test us. We test ourselves. Okay. That's an old belief. It's out of date, but it's an old belief. Okay. But anyway, this is a metaphysical broadcast. We do talk about spirit teams, not politics. So again, if we can see beyond the politics, okay, and understand that if you are responsible for your own mindset and becoming more conscious, not believing your thoughts, this is why I do the mindset coaching that I do, guys. If you can realize you're the observer behind your thoughts, then what happens is you're not as easily brainwashed. And when you have people running the world that can pump billions of dollars into convincing you that we don't have to care about the planet, that it's more important to go to Disney World than to protect the earth, we got a problem. We have a problem. When people are paying billions of dollars to convince you and distract you of things so that you spend time away from nature, so that you're afraid of nature and you don't like nature and you prefer the concrete jungle, and you're fine, spraying your lawns with chemicals and killing everything, and you don't recognize the interconnectedness of all life and how sacred that is, we have a problem. Because the truth of the matter is we will be long gone and the planet Earth will regenerate itself. Humans will be eliminated. So it really is our choice. Okay. And so we're going through a conscious transition right now is what's happening. Okay. And the longer it takes us to learn this, the more we'll have to keep repeating it. Okay. So we'll see. It's definitely a turning point. All right. Suzanne, let's see. Suzanne's learning a lot here. I'm beginning to know who is a negative person and who is a positive person. So try and avoid negativity. I'm not judging the person, but just can pick up on the vibes. That's fantastic, Suzanne. That is absolutely fantastic. So that observer, that ability to detach and observe is one of the things that we're talking about, right? That's one of the things that's so important is the ability to neutrally observe, to stay out of the karma and negative umbrella of other people's choices and energies, but yet to, you can accept someone for who they are, but not accept them in your life or allowing them to influence you, if that makes sense, right? Sorry guys, hold on. I got some noise coming on here. There we go. So that's very important, Suzanne. You would also be an awesome candidate for my Awakening Your Intuition program. I am going to post that in here and post it later, guys. I'm also going to have a free online event if you'd like to learn more about that program. Again, I'm very picky about who I let in my programs, but any of you that are wanting to, you're making a combination of wanting to be able to distinguish between your mind and your intuition and connect and communicate better with your spirit team and feel more confident and stand in your center and understand, who and what to trust and how to trust yourself more. This is a great program for that. Okay. There's going to be an online component for it, but I'm super excited about it. But yes, that's kudos, Suzanne. That's powerful. And it's a lot of hard work. Yes, it does make sense. Let's see. Tammy, I am so excited to get your testimonial for Meet Your Spirit Guides. I cannot wait to see that because I want to share this with people. Guys, our next Meet Your Spirit Guides event, by the way, is August 10th. If anyone would like to do it, it's only $40. You can barely go out to dinner for that anymore. It's 2 hours and it's amazing. But after Meet Your Spirit Guides, I love how I can trust my intuitive thoughts and how strong I feel. Yes, I'm so excited about that. So that's one of the things, Tammy, and if you could write your testimonial and send it out so people can see this, that would be so fantastic. And then we're going to be having a Meet Your Spirit Guides reunion as well in September, where everyone that has already gone through the process can get together and we're gonna touch base. We're gonna see how you guys are doing. We're gonna see what questions you have. It's just fantastic. So I'm excited about it, but I can't wait to see your testimony. You're working on it. Okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just loved having your energy in there. And I'm excited to connect with you because you missed the last 15 minutes of that event. And it's life-changing, guys. Let's see. Thank you for that, Tammy. I love your energy. Let's see. Do it. Yes, do it, guys. Do Meet Your Spirit Guides. It's August 10th. All right. Do we have a guardian as well as spirit guides? Wow, what a great question, Dolores. You also would be perfect for awakening your intuition. I know we talked about that when you came to Meet Your Spirit Guides. So hopefully you can join the free event at least. Hi, Catherine Newkirk. Welcome. So by guardian, do you mean because we have several guardians. Do you mean guardian angels? Hi, Natalie. Welcome. Natalie's one of my coaching clients, so I get to see her twice today. So there are a lot of beings I consider our guardians. So it sort of depends on how you mean that, Dolores. This is one of the things that we will be learning and talking about in depth in the Awakening Your Intuition program. If you're interested in that, I'm going to have a half price pre-registration in August because the program starts in September. But hello from Australia, Shazzy. Love your name. Hi, Haley. Welcome. We have our guardian angel or guardian angels. And then we have obviously our spirit guides, but there's a lot of beings we can consider guardians. And each soul can be a little bit different in the makeup of what their spirit team is. In the Awakening Your Intuition program, we're actually going to go into the diverse variants of spirit teams and what make up your councils and your spirit teams. But, each soul for each lifetime has a unique collection for their spirit team. And so, some people have, guardian angels are their greatest guardians, and everyone has that. Everyone has at least, one of those. But all the beings look out for you, can be looking out for you and kind of guarding over you, right? Your spirit guides are more of like a guiding force that can lower their frequency and be here with you a little more and interact with you. And then your guardian angel is more of that ethereal energy. So they have different abilities, but yet they are not as earthbound energy. So they can't have some of the same in-depth energies or conversations that you do with your spirit guides, for example. So they have different things that they can impact. But yes, you have guardians in different capacities and different ways. And as you start, you might pick up on one or start to sense one. And oh, here we go. We have our first troll. So Blay Jeanette, I just want to let you know that not only do I block you, but I also advertise and market you to all of my colleagues. So you will be advertised. Okay. So congratulations. There we go. Let's block her. And if you want to know who your spirit guide is, honestly, you should come to my Meet Your Spirit Guides event. Why don't you do that? You haven't been there yet. You come to a lot of my lives. You should really join that. The reason I say that, I'm happy to help answer your question, but the reason I say that is because let me delete comment here and delete comment. The reason I say that is because isn't it better if you have the experience for yourself? Wouldn't you like to I hope that answers your question, Dolores, by the way. Let me know. I know I seem like I'm ADHD here, guys, but I'm just bouncing around as I see things. Hello from Australia. So I can share with you about your spirit guide, but the truth is that if you do the Meet Your Spirit Guides event, you're going to get to meet your spirit guide more in depth on your own. And you have more than one. I see 3 around you right now. So it's not just one, but you will, you have the opportunity. You're welcome, Dolores. Yay. I can't wait to see you there. I'm going to be posting that today. Okay. So the thing, Anne, is that, so Tammy, Dolores was actually in the Meet Your Spirit Guides event with you, but she's going to do the Meet Your Intuition class for the Awakening Your Intuition, the Awakening Your Intuition free class, where I'm going to be talking about and introducing the Awakening Your Intuition program. Okay. So that'll be exciting, and I'll be posting that today. So, and the thing is that, it's much better if, like in the Meet Your Spirit Guides event, it's 2 hours, and I take you through 2 different processes to meet your spirit guide. Okay. Where I'm holding a space for them to come in and introduce themselves to you. And everyone is at a different level. So if you, excuse me, if you talk to your spirit guides all the time anyway, and you interact with them anyway, it's going to be whatever that next level is for you. For some people, they get a name, or they get a name within the next few days after the event. For some people, they don't get a name. They might get a feeling or an image they didn't get before. They have another Claire that can connect with them. For some of them, they are given guidance as to who their spirit guides actually are, and how they can go about the process of investigating, like I did with my, my one spirit guide told me about where he was from, what country he was from, where we'd had a past life together. I had to do the research. But what the spirit guides like to do, especially with their very down to earth, lower vibrational energy, is they like to give you the physical validation. Okay. So, what I would recommend right now for you, and I'm going to give you hints about who and what they are, but it's an entirely different experience to actually do the Meet Your Spirit Guides event than to have me or another reader tell you about your spirit guide. Because when you leave that event, you have a closer connection and an introduction as to who and what they are, how many you have. They bring in validation for how they've already been interacting with you in your life. So you can see you already have that proof, and you're like, oh my God, oh, that was them. Okay. And then they show you what your strengths are, how they best try to communicate with you based on what's good for you. And then when you leave that event, they share with you things like your calls to action for the next way to deepen your relationship with them. And you'll have a closer connection because I've held that space and we have that connection on there. Right. And then when we have like the Meet Your Spirit Guides reunion, then everybody's going to get a chance to touch base with me and to be like, hey, these are the struggles I'm having with it still. This is what's gotten better. Like, these are the experiences we've had together. And then they can ask me their questions and take it to the next level. Because believe me, I've been doing this with my spirit guides my whole life. They were, my first spirit guide has been with me ever since I can remember. I never remember him not being there. And then the other dude popped in when I was about 12 or 13. So it's been an everyday, nonstop, just like you would with a person, building your relationship experience. And that is something that, I need that special platform in order to hold that experience for you to actually have with them if you want to do it through that. Okay. So anyway, I invite you to do that, Anne, if you want. Your spirit guides are right there with you very closely. One of them tends to be, more of the vocalization, more of the speaker of the group, if you will, for you. They're showing me, and this is something in the Meet Your Spirit Guides event, you would get more of, you can, if you go to my psychic medium page, if you do want to do this, it's pinned at the top, the Meet Your Spirit Guides. But please watch the Spirit Guide Saturday video first, because it's going to answer so many questions about spirit guides. What are the difference between angels and spirit guides? What can they do? What can they not do? How do you pick up on them? How do you know they're there? It answers a lot of basics, and then you'll know if you really want to participate in that event, which if you already want to connect with them, you know that, you're already interested in spirit guides. But you can register right there on that link that's pinned to the top of my Psychic Medium page. And it's super fun. You can invite a friend to do it with you, but I only have a few spaces left because I can only take 10 people per month for that. Okay. It's an intense thing. I need that time to give you guys that individual attention. And my readings are $150 an hour. So for $40 and 2 hours of that attention, it's a pretty amazing experience. But your spirit guides, Anne, they work through, you must have everyone has all the clairs, but Anne, a lot of people have they usually have 2 ways that spirit tries to get through the most. They really work with signs and symbols with you. They really try with signs and symbols. And, they actually have a great sense of humor, and your spirit team, they are so fun. Sorry guys, I just had family walk down the hall. It's okay guys, come back. Gray, come back. Anyway, let me remember what I was saying here. Hold on. If you are, hold on, I totally lost this. I don't normally lose it, but I did. Oh, sense of humor. Your spirit guides have a great sense of humor, Anne, a great sense of humor. And they find it funny because they play with symbols with you, signs and symbols. I think it's so funny. They're like, let's try this one. And then they're like, she thought it was this and it was really that. Let's try again. Let's tweak this a little. That's what your spirit guides do. I love your spirit guides. They're super fun. But they're always tweaking and playing with signs and symbols for you. And then the other thing is that they also come through with feeling and clear cognizance for you as well. So pay close attention to that. The Meet Your Spirit Guides event was Spirit Guides' idea. It wasn't even my idea. It was something that they wanted me to share with people. So, if you don't want to do the event, I would recommend spend time in nature. Make sure you're spending quiet time every day talking to them. Go out in nature as much as you can. Journal to them so you can start seeing what they're saying versus your own thoughts. It's a way to start being able to distinguish the difference. But these are some ways to get started if you don't want to do the event. It's pretty cool. So let's see. You're welcome, Anne. I hope to see you there. It'd be so much fun. Let's see. Hold on, Tanya. We'll get to you. Let's see. August 10th is my birthday. Oh my gosh, that's great. Well, Cindy, you should join our event. It's August 10th, and I only have a few spaces left. I only take 10 people. So if you want to join the Meet Your Spirit Guides event, just on my Psychic Medium page, look for, you're welcome, Anne. I love seeing you on here. Your spirit guides are so excited that you might do this. But guys, I wouldn't wait if you want to do it. I would register quick because I only have 10 spots in the whole thing. And a few of them have already sold out. So, but if you want to meet your spirit guides, really in-person guides, and be able to work with them and develop that relationship, they would be most grateful if you do the event. Okay. Because as I was telling Anne, Cindy, before you got on, it's one thing to get a reading and I can tell you about your spirit guides, but it's another to get to know them for yourself, to know that when you're scared or stressed or in a challenging situation, that your spirit guides, you can talk to them, that they're always going to give you honest, authentic advice and information, that they're always going to, they have this bigger capacity to know what's going on with you, right? That they are, they're able to tap into what it is you really need because they've got that outside of time and space perspective. Plus, your spirit guides have that down to earth lower frequency so that they can walk with you side by side in ways that the angels can't. Okay, so, it's just like having a constant best friend that always knows the best way to guide you if you learn to listen to your intuition. So, anyway, I think that that's very awesome. Let's see. Right now, Cindy, you have two very very strong, powerful, loving spirit guides, one on either side of you that's there that would love to introduce themselves to you. And I believe that you can feel them. But they are definitely souls that have known you eternally, that have walked with you in other lifetimes. And it's an agreement that you make before you come. You choose them, they choose you. You guys go over your life experiences. They know what your gifts and signs and everything are going to be. And, your spirit guides are just, they spend a lot of their time energetically, one on each side of you, holding you as close to in alignment as they can, trying to hold you in your own center and your own space, and wanting you to have that safe space between them. And this is really beautiful, but each group of spirit guides represents themselves in a different way. And this is how I see yours representing themselves in this way to you. And it's really quite powerful. So they're trying to guide you to find more inner peace, to do things that are more in resonance with you, with what brings you joy, not what you feel that you need to do or obligated to do for the world, right? Or in the world. So I think that that's really powerful. So if you decide that you'd like to join us, I would love to have you in the Meet Your Spirit Guides event. I only want people there who want to be there, guys. So, I'm giving you the information. I'm not trying to be salesy. I have to let you know it's there, because even if it's on my page, people might not know it's there. And since it was Spirit Guides' idea, I have to really believe in this. So if you want one of those spaces, I would view the Spirit Guide Saturday video that I posted first, so you can learn in general about spirit guides. And it's better if you've watched that before the event anyway. Then we get into more of the personal details with you during the event. Then at least you know what I've shared on Spirit Guide Saturday video. Okay. And then you can just register right through that link that's pinned to the top of my Psychic Medium page. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to get to you, Tanya. And let me start. Yes, it is cool, Cindy. I'm glad you enjoyed that. They love you so much. I would love to see you and your spirit guides there. That would be amazing. Let's see. All right. So I'm going to, Tanya, what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer Haley's question first, because it has to do with everyone talking about spirit guides. And then I'm going to get into your message. Okay. So I'm going to star your message. Just because it's kind of like a similar topic. So this is one of the things we're going to learn a lot about in my Awakening Your Intuition program in September. And that during the Meet Your Spirit Guides event, we talk about a lot. People always have this question. Susie has a different opinion on this, but I'm going to share with you why my answer to this is no. Okay. I can say yes and no, but as official spirit guides, I say no. Your loved ones who pass on, people often also ask me, do your loved ones who pass on become angels? Okay, so I often refer to our loved ones who have passed on as angels, right? But really, when your loved ones pass on, they're not really technically angels, and they're not technically spirit guides. Okay. It doesn't mean that you didn't have an angel incarnated in your family and one of them was an angel. Okay. There's different levels of defining an angel. But your question specifically was, can they become spirit guides? And here's why my answer is no. They do become guides and guardians of you. But remember, our words are just words, okay? The human mind has to have words to define and understand because the ego wants to have words. So we have to kind of take the words and the terminology and the labels with a grain of salt. All right. Because come on up, Gray. Because and I'm going to go over this in the Meet Your Spirit Guides event very thoroughly and explain to you why. But for right now, I'll just share with you, spirit guides are beings that have known you for eternity, okay? Which a lot of your loved ones here have as well. Not all of them. And they are chosen by you, and they volunteer and choose to be your spirit guide for your entire lifetime. So your actual spirit guides are never incarnated here with you during this lifetime because they are dedicated to serving you as your spirit guide, to being part of your support team for your entire incarnated life. Okay. So, could they have been with you in a past life? Yes, absolutely. Could you have had other incarnations with them? Yes, I believe you usually do, actually, but not always. Really depends on what type of soul you are. We have earthbound souls. We have souls that have a stronger connection to other planetary systems. That's a whole nother complicated conversation, which, you know, we'll be talking about a lot in the Awakening Your Intuition program, but not so much here. But your spirit guides are just that for your lifetime. They are your spirit guides, and only your spirit guides, nobody else's, for your entire life. Okay. And that's one of the things you'll hear me talk about in the sorry guys, in the Saturday Spirit Guide Saturday video that I said to watch, pinned to my my Psychic Medium page. We talk about that there. Okay, the spirit guides are dedicated to you and only you, and their job is to be your spirit guide and only your spirit guide during your lifetime. Okay. Now your loved ones who pass on, they can choose whatever they want to after their lifetime. And they can choose to you know, oftentimes they go off and they have like jobs on the other side. But remember, they're outside of time and space. So oftentimes they choose to become a part of your spirit team once they get to the other side, which is different than being your specific spirit guides. Spirit guides have a very, very specific role and duty, okay, that is exceedingly unique. But your loved ones that have passed on can be a part of your spirit team, but they will not technically be your spirit guides. Okay. And that's why I say no to that, because spirit guides are exceedingly specific in their task and their duties and their qualities. Okay. When you are a spirit guide, you're given certain abilities and qualities that nobody else has for you to assist you. Okay. And that's something you'll learn about in the Meet Your Spirit Guides event. But I hope that answers your question. It does not mean, though, that your loved ones are not there looking after you, guarding you, protecting you, guiding you. They can be. They just aren't like the spirit guides themselves. Okay. I hope that helps, Haley. So great to see you. Guys, don't forget, if you like this and you want to do more of it, I'm going to be having a free event to share about my Awakening Your Intuition program that is coming up in September, and I'm offering half off that program just for the month of August. So if you want to join me for that this Saturday, I'm sorry, this tomorrow? No, sorry. On the 3rd of August at noon, I'm going to be having a presentation about that, and probably also this weekend, but you can check my page for the posts. All right, let me get to Tanya, and then hi, Paul. We'll get to you. How are you? Let's see. Let me scroll up here. We've been talking about spirit guides and all sorts of fun stuff. It's been so much fun. Here we go. Tanya, please let me know if you're still there. We're always getting messages, Tanya. So what more specifically would you like to know? I'll go ahead and draw a couple cards for you. Oh, you're so welcome, Haley. Thank you for your wonderful question. I absolutely love it. And if you'd like to join the Meet Your Spirit Guides event, just don't forget that I only have 10 spaces per month, and some of those are already bought. So I'd watch the Spirit Guide Saturday event and see if you're interested in doing that. Okay. Let's see here. Tanya. Let me know if you're still there, Tanya, because yay, you're there. Okay. Your finances improve. Okay, awesome. So what I do is it's fine. General questions are fine, but I usually ask people on the free online readings to be a little more specific, just because there's so many people to pop on with questions, and I want to get to as many people as I can, and that way I don't have to hunt and peck. For private readings or the angel parties where it's a less expensive small group paid reading, online, private, semi-private reading, that's very different. And but on here, I usually, the more specific people can get, the better answers they can get. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get pull a couple cards for you, Tanya. I'm checking in with your spirit guides and your team. What I'm seeing is that you have the potential to, and again, I'm going to give you a warning for asking these types of questions. Okay. Although I see things and I easily answer questions for predictions, I warn people to be cautious of them. And the reason is because when we are wanting to know what's going to happen, it actually is the opposite of our own conscious awakening. Okay. And the reason is because our cause and effect in the world is that our outer reality, including your finances, is the result of our inner state of mind and being. And when we are wanting and needing to know what is going to happen in the future, instead of acting from the present, we disempower ourselves and we actually slow down all the good things manifesting to us that we're wanting. Okay. I'm not saying you can't ask and you can't be curious. It's human nature to want to know what's going to happen. But when it becomes our big sense of security, I know it totally contradicts our egoic thoughts. But what happens is those aren't actually the most powerful questions. It takes us out of our role as conscious creators, and it actually puts us in a less powerful vibrational frequency for what it is that we want to manifest. So it's fine to ask, but the more powerful questions are, what can I do in order to improve my finances within the next 3 months? Not will my finances improve in the next 3 months. And the reason I'm correcting you on that as a mindset coach, it's exceedingly important, because one of the benefits that I have is that I'm a mindset coach and I'm an intuitive psychic medium. So because I'm both of those things, I can speak from both sides. That when people come with readings, they usually don't ask empowered questions. They ask questions that are like, will my such and such and such and such happen? Will my finances improve within 3 months? Says that you're dependent upon the external world for the outcome that you want. That you're relying on what's happening in forces you're not aware of to bring you what you want. And what God, source, spirit, the universe says, but you're the one with free will. You're the one creating all of this. All of this, including your financial circumstances, are a reflection of your inner self. So instead, you need to ask, how can I, or as Dr. Joe Dispenza says, what if my finances were to improve in the next 3 months? What if my finances were to offer me the security that I'm looking for in the next 3 months? And how is the quickest way for me to get there? right? What is the quickest way for me to get there? What can I do to get there? Okay. So that's the real question, first of all. The other question is, what I love is, and I'm saying this and I'm asking it this way to Spirit, because what Spirit is actually giving me is the how you can get there. Okay. That's what his Spirit is giving me. So I wanted to share that with you, that guidance, because what Spirit's giving me is what you can do to get there. Okay. Because what we have is, when Spirit shows me answers, Spirit gives me alternatives. I always see the main thing, that you're in alignment that's happening right now. And then I see the next likely and the next most likely. Now, if all three things are most relevant, I'll share all three possibilities with you. But if one is pretty much set in motion, I'll just share the one. Okay. But usually they give me a call to action to give you, which is what they're giving me. Okay. You didn't really have a question? Okay. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter then, Tanya, but it's okay. The information that they're giving me is still relevant. And obviously there's people on here that need to hear it. A lot of people don't. Some people just want messages, but it doesn't matter, because there's always messages. I always ask people if they have something more specific to ask. And the reason is because a lot of people come on, they want messages, and then they really want something specific. And then they're like, but wait, I wanted this. So it doesn't matter. We're fine. I'm going to share with you what I grounded, what I drew for you anyway. Because when people ask for general messages, I don't need the cards, but I find people find the cards fun. So I usually draw the cards anyway. So one of the things that you can do is ground yourself. Okay. This means detach the awareness from your body, and spend time, really, basically, it's spending time in nature and earthing and grounding, because that's going to connect you to your core. Okay. And that's one of the things your spirit guides have been trying to urge you to do for health, wellness, joy, and abundance. Okay. And I think that's pretty cool. So grounding yourself. Now, interestingly enough, when we're talking about finances, money is the energetic representation, right, of well, not abundance so much, but it's a form of energy exchange, right? And so as you ground yourself, that is actually going to be helping your finances. Okay, which, remember, I told you they give you a call to action. They just did. Okay, so grounding yourself is going to be one way, if we reverse your question about finances, that's going to help guide you to improve your finances. Another one, I was going to draw 2 cards for you, but they asked me to draw 3, is focus on service. Okay. So Tanya, what form, whether it be either whatever it is that you do, or just the way you are in serving others. And you started watching Joe's videos. Awesome. All my mindset coaching and transformation manifesting clients, I recommend, and I actually require, it's part of their material actually, to watch Joe's videos. And we actually study in our mastermind Joe's videos very intensely. So that's awesome. How long should you ground yourself for? Hi, Casey. Welcome. Well, I mean, I would do it for, I'm getting like, a minimum of 15 minutes. If you can only do 10, then do 10. But I'm getting like, at least 3 times a week. Here's what I would recommend. I would recommend that you don't do it as a force thing. You just start it off as a habit and make sure that it's something you enjoy, because if it's something that's forced, you're going to change the frequency and you're going to stop doing it anyway. Everything is habits and repetition. So what you want is, you want it to become a healthy habit that helps. It's the grounding is going to help change the electromagnetic energy in your energy body field, in your mindset, in your body. And so you need to be doing it consistently. So what they're saying is 3 days would be good. So maybe, at least 15 minutes a day, 3 days a week would be great. Okay. If you only have time for 10 minutes, then, start off small, just fit in what you can. Every little bit will help, right? They're also saying focus on service. So focus on service, not necessarily what you're going to get out of something, but just on the service itself. Okay. And that's a very beautiful and powerful card because that will always come back to you. Okay. And then I have a change in direction. So I actually see a change in direction for you. So you might have just been like, oh, I didn't really have a question. I'm just going to toss the question of finance out there. But the message that's coming through for you is that you're actually going to be having a shift in direction. Now, you ask in regardless to 3 months. I'm seeing more of 6 to 9 months. There's going to be some major shifts happening. Okay. I'm also seeing that it doesn't look like the improving of your finances is not going to be the first thing that happens. It's not going to be, you're not going to think that that's happening. There's going to be some shifts and changes, Tanya, that happen first. And then that is going to lead to an improving of your finances if you do these two things. Okay. See what I mean? Spirit's being very specific with me for you. Very specific. This is why I ask you guys to give me more specific questions, only because, and you were fine. It came through with these anyway, but because Spirit will get very specific about your call to action and what it is you need to do. Okay. So let's see. No, you cannot go wrong watching his videos. No, I love Dr. Joe, and I started incorporating him in my coaching because years before I ever met him, I knew and was getting information cosmically, intuitively, and in teaching myself to manifest. I discovered that there was a connection between neuroscience. I'd come out of the psychology field, and so I was limited there. And so I'd gotten into neuroscience instead. And at the same time, I was obsessed with quantum physics, and I felt that there was a connection. And I was trying to find that connection in the manifesting, so I could teach that to my clients. So I had like something concrete and scientific to teach them. I came across Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he'd already done exactly what I wanted to do, but he had all the work done already. He'd become a neuroscientist. He had matched himself up with a quantum physicist, and he was actually putting together the proof of manifesting that was exactly what I had discovered on my own. I didn't have the scientific proof for. So I just was like, so I incorporated that in all of my coaching. And it's amazing. And I'm still working to improve that, because really what the manifesting people are teaching is not really accurate. And so I'm trying to simplify that and make it better. So it's pretty cool. So I'm glad you like his work. Makes sense. Yes. Good. Well, thank you for letting me read for you. This is awesome. So do these two things. Okay. And then you're going to see this, and it's not going to be 3 months. It's going to be like 6 to 9. Okay. And then that's when you're going to see the finance change. Okay. It's not going to be right away, but it's going to be an offshoot, an outcome, a result of that. Okay. Hello, Ward. Great to see you. Thanks for tuning in. All right. Let me, don't forget, guys, Meet Your Spirit Guides is August 10th. I only have a couple spots left. I only take 10 people. And if you join this time, you'll be able to join the September Meet Your Spirit Guides reunion, where we can touch base and see how you're doing since your spirit guides introduced themselves to you. Okay. That's going to be fun and exciting. And keep your eyes open, guys, because I have the, for those, I'm saying this for all the new people here that just popped on. Keep in mind that I have the Awakening Your Intuition program, 3-month program that is starting in September. It's going to be a digital program. We're going to meet once a week for a mastermind. It's going to be a like-minded group of people. And I'm going to have a free event for that on the 3rd at noon. And, or I think, was it the 9th? Oh, I don't know. I'm going to post it. I thought it was the 3rd. Maybe it's the 9th. But anyway, you can learn more about that program, because you guys can get half off the program for the month of August. Okay. And those people that register early will get special stuff that nobody else gets. All right. Sure, Ward, you can. Let me read Casey's level. I'm reading her question, and then we'll get to you, Ward. Hi, Cindy. You're welcome, Cindy. Thanks for tuning in. Great to see you. You guys make this special. All right. So Casey says, Larkin, we are told there are levels in spirit to go to when we pass. Does this mean there's literally various floors there? How are the floors separated? Oh, what a great question. Well, in order to understand spirit and what spirit is like on the other side, you have to get out of the concepts and the ideas of spirit that we have here. Sorry, guys, my throat and lips are so dry. My moisturizing stuff is coral, so, but I can't stand when my lips are dry. Okay, so you have to sort of think like a spirit guide, right? To understand this question, you have to recognize that, we're looking at things in terms of very physical, in terms of floor, in terms of inside of space and time. So you have to understand that in heaven, in non-physical, it's multidimensional. It's so exciting to share this because I can feel it and I can remember it and I can see it, and that's the gift, I guess, and the curse of a very intact cosmic memory that I have. And so the curse part of it is very, very hard to explain, because I'm explaining it to beings, to all of you, to all of us, that have this egoic veil, and then we see the world the way it is. So I'm going to try to translate what you're saying, Casey, but it's hard to explain what we don't remember experiencing. Okay. So there are various levels, paradigms, and dimensions, just like there are here, right? Levels, paradigms, and dimensions. It is not seen as higher or lower, better or worse. It just matches your frequency. Okay. So it's not like physical floors. It's not like that at all. It's a state of mind. It's a state of being. So it's not like you've got physical layers. It's more like, like when you're a little kid and you had the summer off of school, and it felt like a year, didn't it? I mean, for me, the 3 months I had off in the summer, it literally felt like a whole year. As I got older and I got into, junior high and high school, even elementary school, the summers seemed to get shorter. Next, it was just a few weeks, right? I'm like, oh my God, the summers flew by. Like, I don't feel like I have much time. Whereas when I was a little kid and I'd get off school, I felt like I had a whole year to do whatever I wanted. I wasn't going to see my friends till next year in school, right? It's very much like that in non-physical or in heaven or before and after life, right? In the spirit world. So if you have a particular level of consciousness, even if you're in the same place and level with other certain souls, it's going to seem a certain way and you're going to choose certain things, right? So as a little kid, you might choose vanilla or chocolate ice cream. But as you get older, you might decide that you want to try black raspberry chip because you like a more complex flavor. It's the same way in the spirit world. Okay. So it's not like we draw it and we write about it and we talk about it as though it's this physical differentiation, right? Like floors, but it's really not. It's not like that. That's not how it works. But yes, there are levels and they're based on consciousness. So it's based on, as you're in different conscious levels of your soul evolving, you have different perspectives. Okay. So I hope that answers your question. We could go on and on about that. But again, Casey, if you're interested in the Awakening Your Intuition program, this is exactly the questions I'm going to answer for you guys. These are exactly the things in the mastermind and in the actual material that you're going to be getting in that 3-month program. Okay. All right. Let's see here. We have another troll. Spirituality Hands. Thank you for joining us. What I do is I actually market and advertise you. Okay. I advertise you to all of my colleagues. So congratulations. You've just made yourself a star. Let me block them first and then we'll delete. Oh, you're welcome, Casey. I'm so glad you like that. All right. Let's see here. And make sure I got this. Okay, good. We're going to delete this comment. Boy, Spirituality Hands was fast. Okay, 3 comments to delete here. And then we'll get to you, Ward. All right. I'm glad this is fun for you, Cindy. Yay. All right, guys. Well, let's see here. Let's get, I think, Ward, for you, I think I'm going to get my angel therapy cards out for you. How have you been? I haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you. I was actually sending invitations out for this event, for this Angels in Action today, to my website members at larkinsreadings.com. And I was thinking about you, Ward. I was like, oh, I wonder how Ward's doing. I haven't seen him in a while. So let's see. Let's do some angel therapy cards for you, Ward, and see how you're doing. Have you been around a dog, Ward? You been around a dog lately? You doing good? Let's see. Oh, you're in rehab, but doing good. Thank you. Awesome. Okay. Good for you. Hang in there. You can't fail. As long as you keep going, you can't fail, guys. But I'm seeing a dog. I'm seeing a dog in your energy. Do you have a dog, Ward? All right, let's see what we have here. Angel therapy is interesting. I'm gonna pull 3 cards for you, actually, Ward. Wow. Oh my God, I can't believe the cards that are coming up for you. Oh my God. Okay, nope, they're having me take 4. I cannot believe the cards I got for you. Okay. I'm gonna have to move this thing out of the way just to get, okay, let me put these on my computer. I'm gonna try to do them in the order that they gave me these. I'm so excited about your, let's see. Yes, met the dog of a friend this week. Oh, okay. Well, because it was very strong. This dog energy came in, this canine energy came in for you. Wow, that dog really, really loves you. Really loves you. Really enjoyed that encounter, and actually was being an angelic visitor for you. Okay, Ward. So that's very significant. I love that came in. All right, so there's a few things we're going to go over. They asked me to draw 4 cards for you. So the first one that I got was emotional sensitivity. It says, honor and respect your deep sensitivity and all, as it is a gift to us all. Now, one of the things that causes some of the challenges that you have is it's not just the level and depth of emotion. Sure, Kristen. It's not just the level and depth of your emotion, Ward, but it's also the way in which you learned to handle those emotions when you were younger. And so now you're having to deal with how you learned or didn't learn to handle some of that emotional sensitivity. Okay. So one of the things that's going to be a part of your healing process, both during and after rehab and moving forward, because what you really want, Ward, is, you really want to create transformation. And one of the things that's happening is that you have not yet learned how to use your emotional sensitivity as a superpower. And it's one of the things in the Awakening Your Intuition program that I'm just going to tap on, because it's a metaphysical sampler program. It's not like in depth like my coaching programs, but that's one of the things that we actually talk about is superpowers. So how do you learn to use your emotions as a superpower instead of allowing them to rule you? Again, it comes back to awareness and mindset. But that is going to be a vital step in your actual ultimate healing process, right? Not just a temporary fix, but your actual healing process is going to require you to master your emotions. It's going to require self-control, how to re-identify with emotions, how to be more aware of them, how to accept instead of resisting them, right? Because the need for the rehab is an element of resistance. When we accept them and we learn to turn them into a superpower like X-Men, literally, I'm not exaggerating, then they are at our beck and call instead of us being at theirs. Okay, so that's the first card. You might want to journal on that or think about that. This is going to be very important for you. Okay, emotional sensitivity. Then the next one, I'm going to read them in the order that I probably would have mixed them in a different order, but this is the order that they have them in. And it says, have a great day, Larkin. Psychic, medium, spiritual interpreter. You're welcome, Anne. Have a great day. Thank you. Let's see. I notice. Let's see. I notice guides show me to teach me, but I can't always understand. Okay, great comment. And you know what? That is okay. When they show you and they teach you, a lot of things you are learning and picking up on and will resonate with you, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to understand them. And let me be very clear for everyone here. When we are understanding is the egoic mind wanting to understand cognitively. Okay. So if you don't understand, if you are calculating a distance for something, or you're building a building and you need to calculate things for architectural reasons, or you're a chemist and you're doing calculations, yeah, you better understand what you're doing, right? But in this case, if your guides are teaching you something and you recognize it, you don't always have to understand it. It's probably a process that is in the process of unfolding, and you're not in a place of receiving it in the way that you intellectually understand, but it doesn't mean that you're not receiving and knowing and can't utilize what they are sharing with you. Okay, it just may be that you're not processing it intellectually yet. Okay, I hope that makes sense. All right, so the next card I got for you is Heal Away Addictions. I am not kidding you. This popped right out. They were like, use the healing angel therapy cards. I'm like, okay. Then I was like, I'm going to pull 3 cards, and they're like 4. And then this is the second card they have me pull. Heal Away Addictions. It's time to let go of behaviors that are blocking you from your heart's desire. Ask Archangel Raphael to help you with this healing. I love Archangel Raphael. I think everybody does, but just so on the spot. Like, he's just there. He shows up for you. He's good at making himself clear and obvious, making his presence known for you. He's just amazing. So heal away addiction. So what they're saying to me is, I have that card for you, is this means you're going to be healing away your addictions. Okay. They're going to be healed away. And part of that healing away process is going to be learning these as your superpower. Okay. So this is very important. This is showing me this is what's going to happen. This is what they're showing me. Okay. That's amazing. And by the way, they just wanted me to share with you that guidance that they're giving you that you don't understand. They're working on this so that you can do this. Okay, that's what they said. They're like, what do you think we're doing? That's what we're doing. I said, okay. All right. So the third card I got for you is the ear chakra. Now, they work with you a lot through clear cognizance and clairaudience. So if they're wanting to clear the ear chakra, they're working on that. And it's interesting that it's Archangel Raphael that came through in the Clear Away Your Addiction cards, because Archangel Raphael is the most powerful at actually clearing away your third eye, your mental garbage, your clairaudience. So he's the best at clearing out your chakras. Uriel is very powerful at that too. Uriel is a master at chakras, but this says, notice messages that appear as sounds, music, and words from both external sources and within your mind. These messages are real answers to your prayers. Okay. Now, I'm going to read that again, and I want you to listen, because it's exactly what's been coming through for me, for you. What they were telling me was exactly what's on here, just in a different way, right? Basically, when they were giving me the clairs and the ways they're trying to get through, they're saying, look, he gets things through, meaning you get things through the clairaudience, the claircognizance, and you do also get things through signs. Okay. So that's what they were sharing with me. And then I read this card and I'm like, okay, but I'm going to read it again because I want you to pay close attention. You can always come back and listen to this video again. Okay. Notice messages that appear as sounds, music, and words for both external sources and within your mind. These messages are real answers to your prayers, and they are. They are. So Archangel Raphael and Uriel as well are actually working on your chakras and to help clear up so that you can better hear. And I think this is where the part where you say you're trying to understand. Don't try to understand as though you're trying to hear a human like my voice in English. Understand with your heart. Understand with your sensitivity. Allow them to transfer the information to you through osmosis as a knowing. Okay? That's what you really need to be doing. But meanwhile, they're going to be helping you to do this. Okay? Your thoughts can get in the way of this. And your thoughts can also be a block for the chakras, especially the ear chakra. Okay? So if you don't want that to happen, or you want to be able to undo that, that clutter can, goes away without all that extra thinking, which is a lot of what you're going on, right? Erasing mind and things like that. So just relax and allow them to clear that out. The fourth card they wanted me to choose for you was the cut your cords. Okay, the cut your cords. This is super important, and this is part of what caused the challenges in being aware of and recognizing your emotional sensitivity, and why you didn't immediately turn it into a superpower, but instead it has led you down a path you don't necessarily want or like. Okay. The cut your cords is going to help you with that. Now, I want to, let me quick look at this first to make sure I don't get ahead of myself. There were times I could hear sounds in my ear. I'm trying to do that again. Yes. So don't try. Allow it. Say, "Ooh, what if I could hear with my clairaudience again? What if, what would it be like to have my clairaudience back?" Right? That's what's really important. So, look at it that way. Make sure you're not trying too hard because you don't want to block it. They are constantly speaking to you. But let Uriel and Raphael really work on your ear chakras. And remember that the way that they get cluttered is through overthinking, through your beliefs, through emotional reaction to emotional sensitivities. Okay. So all these things are connected for you. And they're helping you with these. All right. Your spirit guides are helping you too. Cut cords. Ask. We're bringing all the archangels in here. Just 3, but they are actually all working with you. Ask Archangel Michael to clear any old attachments to fear that stem from past relationships, freeing you from destructive patterns. Wow, this is an amazing group of cards for you. I could not have gone through these and made these up. These are amazing. I'm always blown away. And I didn't used to like reading cards at all because I don't need the cards. To me, they were just annoying. I'm like, why do people want cards? They're so annoying. Now I love using them because I know you guys love them. They're fun for you. And for me, they're just amazing because exactly what Spirit's telling me comes through in the cards they pick for you. So it's pretty cool. Yes, isn't that nice? So the cutting the cords is going to be different levels word for you. It's going to be all different levels. It's going to be surface cognitive levels you recognize. It's going to be deeper emotional levels that come up. It's going to be through memories. It's going to be through things that you're working through. It's going to be through some of the therapy and stuff that you're doing. But again, this is a powerful combination, the emotional sensitivity, which you're going to turn into a superpower, telling me. Healing away your addictions with Raphael and Uriel. Okay, which is going to be connected to this. Your superpower is going to start helping you with that, and vice versa. The ear chakra, you recognize that that's relevant to you, and the archangels are helping you with that now. Okay, just remember the first thing you hear before you start thinking about it, that is the real thing they're telling you. Okay, you have about, it can be different for different people. For you, you probably have about less than a half a second. And that's probably just why you're missing it. So it's tapping into those subtleties. Okay. And then they cut your cords. And that's one of the things you're going to be doing while you're in rehab. Okay. So hope that helps you. Thank you for letting me review. It's so great to see you. Like I said, I was thinking about you just an hour before I got on. So pretty awesome. All right. Just keep talking to them. And if you can, Ward, they're showing me to like get out in nature if you can. Sit in a window by a tree, whatever that means for you. Journal. Give yourself that time away from influence, and these things will become stronger for you. Okay. All right. You're welcome. Your spirit guides are right there with you. All right. Let's see who we have here. There's somebody else on here that's. Hey, KZ. Is there somebody? Oh no, I got Tanya already. Oh, Kristen. Okay. Here we go. Kristen, are you still there? Let me know if you're still there, please. Let me know if you're still there, Kristen. I used to just read for people, and then half the time they had gotten impatient, gotten off, and they never even got back on. So I'm like, So I've started not doing that, and I just like to make sure people are actually there now before I read and take that time away from people that are there. Yes, you're there. Awesome. All right. So let me see here. I feel very drawn to this as it's coming at a rough time in life that I can't seem to make sense of and feel very alone. Can you confirm this is where they're pushing me? Okay, so you're still here. Yay. So what do you mean by this, Kristen? What do you mean by this? And let me clarify as well. Nobody's pushing you. They're not pushing you. Maybe I know what you mean. Maybe nudging you a little bit, urging you a certain direction. You definitely, I feel like you're in the right place at the right time. You definitely are in being here. You're definitely connecting to, authentic help and wisdom. But what is this you're referring to? Just want to make sure I know what I'm getting intuitively is mixing with what you're talking about. Let me see if I missed anything else you wrote up here. Oh, Paul, I don't know if you're still on there. Shoot, I starred you, but I missed you. Let me know if you're still on there, Paul. Kristen, maybe you're still maybe suggesting. Yeah, it's okay. You can say pushing. They might be pushing you, but what is this you're referring to? Is this where they are pushing me? What is this? You mean this live here? You mean what we're doing here and now? Let me know what you mean. Let me see here. Oh, good, you're there, Paul. Awesome. All right. Let me get to Kristen, Paul, and then we'll get to you, okay? Let's see, to start learning how to trust my thoughts and intuition. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, they are pushing you there. Yes. So here's what I recommend, Kristen, okay? Here's what I recommend. And I do not like to sound like I'm selling myself or what I do, but I also know that what I do works. Okay? And I know that it's authentic. And I know that I'm very picky about who I work with. Here's what I know in general for you, and then here's what I recommend and what I see your guides pushing you to. Okay. Okay, so you feel very betrayed by those closest to me. So here's the thing, okay? You have two really different choices. Number one, you can continue in with a pattern where you and I don't know how to say this without someone being able to spin it and say, "Oh, Larkin, you're just trying to sell yourself." I offer my services. I tell you guys what I have, but the truth is it's a pain in the ass to deal with people that don't want to be in your program and work with you. Okay, so to be quite honest, a lot of my marketing and advertising and the way I present myself on my lives is intentionally to deter and repel the people I do not want to work with. Okay. So let me just be very clear about that. Because in order for me to be very honest with you and bring through advice from spirit, I have to be honest and I have to answer and I have to also offer the guidance they're suggesting and show you how I can fit into offering to help you with that. Okay. Take it or leave it for what it is. But if I didn't do that, you wouldn't know those opportunities are there, right? And that's one of my purposes is to be here to help people stand in their power, awaken from their mind, learn to trust their intuition, and stop relying on everybody and anything else and everybody else's opinions. Okay. So this is why I combine the readings and the mindset work. It's vital. You can't, people come just for readings, but the bottom line is if you don't become aware of your thoughts and how to manage your mindset, you can get all the free readings you want in the world, all the paid readings you want in the world. It's not going to do it for you. Okay. So yes, your spirit guides are urging you to stop caring about other people's opinions, to trust your intuition, to not get so knocked off center by other people. In other words, if someone has betrayed you, they want you to be able to be like, oh, that's a shame. Well, it must be their time to exit my life. And to be okay with that. It doesn't mean that you're not going to feel sad. It doesn't mean that you're not going to, wish things were another way for a little while. It doesn't mean that you're not going to have hurt feelings. But being okay with having those hurt feelings, understanding that it's okay if they betray you. And what your spirit guides would like is for you to be able to come to that conclusion on your own and be okay with that and not carry it with you for days or weeks or months or years. And to be able to do that without even coming and getting on here and getting a reading, right? They just want you to be able to stand in your center and be like, oh, okay, I'm making the choice. I don't want people around me that I can't trust that are going to betray me. I don't want that energy around me. I don't want to get under the umbrella of their karma. Okay. So this is what your spirit guides are telling me. Okay. This is what your spirit guides are trying to tell you. This is why you were drawn here today, to get this guidance so your spirit guides could speak through me. What I would like for you, why I host the spirit guide event, why I'm creating the Awakening Your Intuition program, is so that you can come to people like me for validation and for the next level. But so that what I just told you from your spirit guides, you can get just as clearly as I just got it through them for you. Okay. That's what they're wanting for you. That's why they're pushing you. Okay. That's why they're pushing you. So yes, are they pushing you, nudging you, urging you, encouraging you to learn to trust yourself and your intuition? Yes, because they want you to stand in your power. They want you to be the better version of yourself. They don't want your energy to be dragged down because you are trying too hard to fix, mend, please, convince, work things out with people that you can't work things out with. If someone has the mentality and the frequency to betray you and behave the way that they are towards you, you are not going to be able to have the type of relationship that you want with them, because that's how they are right now. And you need to accept them how they are and let them go. And then when they come around, if they come around, they're going to come back because they'll match your frequency. If not, whenever a window closes, another one opens. Okay, we hear that all the time. But what about whenever something is removed from your life, something else then has space to come in? Okay. Hi, Lisa Jo. Welcome. So you do need to learn to let go. Okay. So here are the things I recommend, both on your own and in seeking help and guidance and support from others. Okay. I'm going to start with what you can seek from others and how I can help you with that. And then I'm going to be more thorough about, if you choose not to get coaching or guidance or support, what you need to do. Okay. Because everybody wants something for free, but nothing is free. So, in the end, you are probably going to want guidance from someone. It does not have to be me. Okay. But the reason I say that is because when we are in a world where we're influenced 24/7 by friends, colleagues, social media, parents, family, the people that are hurting us, our own thoughts and memories, the 95% of your mind you're unaware of, what happens is in order to get out of that comfort zone and create the habits and repetitions to stay there, because make no doubt about it, although this is a metaphysical program, your spirit guide, your spirit team is very practical. Very practical. Okay. So what happens is that we have these things we're locked into. And when we try to transform out of them, like your spirit guides are urging you to stand in your power, to learn to let go, to trust your intuition, to be more confident in your intuition. The problem with that is that if you don't make it a habit, your life is the result of the habits and repetition that have led you up to where you are right now. So in order to change from how these people in your life are affecting you, to not allowing them to affect you, to rising above that, you actually have to, as Dr. Joe Dispenza says, get a new personality to create a new reality. And your spirit guides know you're a physical, conscious human being right now. That means that you also have to do the mindset work and make the shifts. Okay. So, what I recommend is that you find a coach or guide or support team that has a community like I have in my Awaken Your Intuition Mastermind that supports you when you're stepping out of the mainstream of the world. Because like when you get off of here today, you guys are all going back to your lives, right? You're all going back to your lives. So you might feel good and confident. Oh, I'm going to do that. Oh, I'm all pumped up now. But what happens when I end this broadcast? What do you go back to? Do you go back to your own thoughts, your own stresses, your own struggles, the people that you're having difficulty with? Right? So wouldn't it be nice to have once a week a mastermind of like-minded people who are learning the same things you are, to have my attention for 90 minutes where I can answer any and all of your questions to help validate and verify what your spirit team is telling you and the next steps you need to take to help you get through the next week? To have that in a group where you can ask questions all the time and I get on there every day to support you and people are sharing. And it's people that are also learning to trust their intuition, to communicate with their spirit team, to stand in their power, to let go of things. This is what we do in the Awakening Your Intuition program. So there's that support that I have to offer you. Again, I'm going to post today. I have 2 free online events that you guys can join to learn more about that program. I cherry pick my clients, so I won't accept everyone in that program anyway. But that is an opportunity for you, and everybody gets 50% off of the cost of that program just through the month of August. It's going to start in September. Okay. So that is going to be an option for you if you want. It is a less expensive way for you to coach with me that it combines mindset work and metaphysical and spiritual development, conscious awakening, and confidence in those things. Okay. Oh, thank you, Natalie. Natalie is one of my clients. She's made a complete transformation in her life over the past 3 years. She did the more expensive, intense mindset program, and she's amazing. But so that is what I would recommend, Kristen. Regardless, you need to do those things, regardless of how you need to do them. That is the quicker way to do it, where you feel support. Okay, because your ego is always at play. Until then, or if you choose not to do that, if you do choose to work with someone else, there are other good people out there. A lot of them are very expensive programs. I mean, very expensive for 6 to 8 weeks. I do not know anyone that does things as thoroughly as I do, that combines neuroscience, mindset, metaphysical, and spiritual work all in one. I don't know anyone that does it. I'm sure there are people that do. But I've been coaching this stuff for 15 years. So I can't really vouch for anyone else. What's most important is that you find a good match for you if you want that outside support. I recommend outside support in some format, because with outside support, you are susceptible to the 95% of your egoic mind that is got you where you are right now. Okay. If you're not going to do that, and you're going to struggle through this alone and by yourself, just trying to rely off of free online readings, then I would recommend you do a lot of journaling and you spend a lot of time in nature, because you're going to need time away from and protecting yourself from the people and the habits that you have with the people that are not a good vibrational match for you, because their pain body is merging with your pain body. It triggers your pain body, and their ego triggers your ego. And so it's going to be a very difficult cycle for you to get out of, especially the holding on to things is going to be very, very difficult for you to get out of. Okay. So I would recommend journaling, time alone each day, take walks in nature in silence, because you have to find a way to become more aware of your thoughts, Kristen. And it takes constant practice to break the habit of allowing yourself to be in relationships with people that are betraying you, without it being you trying to run away from that. Does that make sense? Okay. So I just, that is what I sincerely and authentically recommend to you. I have lots of options for you that are of different price points. My recommendation would be register for the Meet Your Spirit Guides event, so that even if you decide you want to do this alone for a while, you don't want any help, you've spent $40, which is less than going out to dinner with someone. You spent $40 for 2 hours, and then you're also going to be eligible to join the Meet Your Spirit Guides reunion in September. I only take 10 spots, and some of those are sold already. But then that way, at least you have this stronger connection to your spirit guides. Sorry, guys, I have a mosquito bite, bit me right under my armpit. It itches. But that's really important for you to do. And so you can have that stronger connection. I also recommend you coming to one of the 2 free Awakening Your Intuition discovery call events that I'm going to have to learn more about that program, so that you can see the different things that I have to offer if you want assistance in that. Like I said, it feels fine when you're on here, but then as soon as you get off and you try to do your own thing, your mind pulls you back cyclically. So that's just something you got to watch. Okay. Understand that these obstacles are opportunities. Okay. Obstacles are opportunities. So there is good that's coming out of this. All right. But yes, make sure you get out of that umbrella. It's time for you to let some people fall out of your life so that new energies can come in, and you will not regret that you're doing that. Okay. You will be glad that you did. All right. Let's see. Yes. So I will pop the registration links to things and the event link for the free event for the Awakening Your Wishing program in here. The Spirit Guide, Meet Your Spirit Guides event. Watch the Spirit Guide Saturday. I have it posted to the top. It's pinned to the top of Larkin's Psychic Medium page. But you need to register quick, guys, because the Meet Your Spirit Guides event, I only take 10 people per month, and it's already like half full. So there's only a few spots left for that. It's very intense. It's super cheap. And again, nothing's for free. So if you want something of value, you really end up having to pay for it in some extent. I try to keep things as inexpensive as I can and still survive, or I'd be out on the street. Okay. So that's an opportunity. And then keep your eye out for the free events in the next few days where we're going to learn about the Awakening Your Intuition program. That's what I recommend for you. I'm interested in working with people that want to consciously awaken, learn to work with their spirit team, learn to build confidence spiritually, intuitively, and metaphysically, and take power, their own personal power, into their own hands. That's who I'm interested in working with. Okay, so anyway, that is available there for you if you want and need it. But first things first, your spirit guides told me, distance yourself, let people fall away. Don't hurt yourself trying to work things out with them, because they're not interested in working things out right now. They're in a whole different way. It's time for you to move on and let people go that are no longer a good match for you in your life. Don't worry. New people are going to be coming in and filling those spots. Okay. All right, guys. Let's see. It is 4:30. I have to leave in less than an hour to go take care of my horses. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. You guys were amazing. Thank you for letting me read for you. We will be back with Angels in Action next week. Don't forget that on Friday is 1 hour of animal readings only. Fur Baby Friday. You're welcome, Kristen. Fur Baby Friday, Furball Friday readings. Nothing but non-human animal readings and wisdom right here with you. Also, the Larkin Psychic Medium page. Don't forget. Check out the Meet Your Spirit Guides event. Keep your eye open for the Awakening Your Intuition event. It's only half price for that Awakening Your Intuition program, guys, and coaching in August. The whole program is going to be half price, and I'll be posting that. You'll learn more about it and the cost and everything at the free event. So keep your eyes open for that. What else? Is there anything else I have going on there? LarkinsReadings.com. If you want to get on the mailings for that and all these updates and information, you guys can get it, go to LarkinsReadings.com and register as a member so you can get those emails. I don't spam. Just what you need to hear, Lisa Joe. Perfect. But I'm really looking forward to having a whole new group of amazing people in the Awakening Your Intuition coaching program. 3 fun, powerful months together where we learn all about, building your confidence and awareness and standing in your power through your spiritual awareness and the metaphysical world. It's like a metaphysical sampler. So it's going to be so much freaking fun. And I'm excited to share that with you guys. All right. I will see you soon. Have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening. I'll talk to you all later. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.